Good afternoon and Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah, which on Friday doubles as thought for Shabbat. Tomorrow is the last day of Passover. And on the last day of Passover, we observe Yizkor. Yizkor means to remember. And it's the time when we reflect on the people who have died in the previous year, and those closest to us, and family members and friends. And we do it actually 4 times a year. We do it on Yom Kippur, and then what are called the Shalosh Regalim, the 3 pilgrimage holidays, Sukkot, Passover, and Shavuot. So in our most joyous holidays, as those 3, we take time out to remember those who came before us. Why? Why do we do this as a Jewish people? I believe it is because the Jewish people invented the phrase good grief. Good grief has a negative connotation, but I mean it in its literal sense. That Judaism understands that grief and mourning done well is good. Rabbi Kenneth Cohn put it this way: we often hear people speak of birth as a miracle. Seldom do we hear of death spoken of in the same way. But if there's something miraculous about life coming into existence, certainly the same holds true for death. But if death is the other side of the coin we call life, then grief is the other side of love. Bereavement is love not wanting to let go. Each tear we shed is a midwife, which helps bring us into a new world. We mourn our loss, then we face a new day. We turn a new page, we start a new chapter, we begin our own new life. You see, Judaism has understood over the ages that grief is a process. And you never come out of the process the way that you entered it. You always come out of the process different. How is that? Well, if someone we love has passed away and is no longer with us, we have to find ways to relate to them that are not physical in nature. We can do it through memory. We can do it through the lessons they taught us. We can let their memories guide us and inspire us, even as we're dealing with our own grief. In Judaism, if you're what we call a primary mourner, that is, either your parents have died, or your siblings have died, or your spouse has died, or God forbid your children have died, Judaism takes us through a process. The first process is Shiva, which is the 7 days after the funeral, in which not a moment goes by where we're not thinking about that person, still in somewhat a state of shock. Then we have the Shaloshim period, the first 30 days, in which we begin to articulate the question, how am I going to live my life without this person in it? And then we have the 11-month period where we try to answer that question. And then every year we have the Yurtzeit, the anniversary of their death, where we remember them and let their memory inspire us. And then 4 times a year we have Yizkor, where we can light a candle, where we can come to say thank you for their lives that inspired our lives. For without them, we wouldn't be who we are. And so I really want to invite you to join us tomorrow at 10:30 on Zoom with Congregation B'nai Tzedek and Temple Bat Yam. We always do our Yizkor services together over the last many years. And it's beautiful to be with a group of people while we mourn our own losses, but we do it in community. We all ought to have good grief. Yizkor is part of making good grief. Friends, I want to invite you also to join us tonight for family services at 6:30. If you want to be on Zoom and participate with us, you can do that. The link is certainly in the email and on our webpage. Or if you just want to watch the stream, you can find it right here at Facebook or on our web player as well. 6:30 family services tonight. I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom, a healthy weekend. Stay safe, and Shabbat Shalom, a Sabbath of peace. Amen.